Where do you see, cap rates going in the next 12 months, 24 months, et cetera?
Yeah. So you nailed it with those three issues we have. I think those are the top three. People talk about out migration, but I don't think that's nearly as real. I don't think that's happening to the level that maybe some people think that that's happening.
We grew in population from 2010 to 2020.
Right. And if you go downtown and talk to any of the property managers, I mean, everyone's back. And so it's a weird time. And let's kind of take the pandemic out of it, because that's going to eventually normalize. The crime and the politics and the taxes, we're not quite there yet on how to fix those. I think the taxes will have some more clarity in the next year or two as these reassessments all get done. That'll be helpful to at least be able to underwrite those properly, because the fear of taxes is more than even what the taxes are.
That just happened to me. I bid myself out of a deal. Lakeview wasn't reassessed yet.
Right.
I overshot what they're going to go to. And then I saw what they actually got reassessed. And I was like, gosh, that's, 10 grand difference at a 5 cap is $200K value.
Right.
And it's like, God damn it. Like, that's $200K I had to play with.
Right. Exactly. So I think once we get a little more clarity there, that'll be helpful. The crime hopefully will get, under control. From an investor appetite, for my deals, again, which we raised about $5 million per deal. So we were looking at high net worth individuals because we could either do a lot of smaller checks or, a few big ones. We started with the biggest people I could get in front of, which are ultra high net worth, call it family office type investors that had more than enough capital to write a $5 million check to one person. Most of their responses were, I live in Chicago and that's about all I want to have to do with it right now. I won't invest here. It wasn't even like, send me the deck. It was just, you could send me whatever you want. I'm not putting money in the city right now because of how mad they are about what's going on. And then I kind of went, okay, well, I'm not getting any money from the wealthiest. And then you kind of go to the mid tier, which I would call, they could give me $1 million, maybe not 5, right? They're not going to write a $5 million check, but they could do $1 million check. And I didn't have a lot of success even with those kind of very high net worth people. I had a lot of success with their second generations, meaning a lot of my investors are people like me who are going to be here for the next, hopefully 30, 40, 50 years, whatever it is. I'm not planning to leave Chicago. I'm going to build in the best neighborhoods in Chicago. And I'm going to, give the buildings to my kids, hopefully, if we can ever figure out how to hold on to them and not have to sell them, which is kind of what we're doing now. So those folks wanted to invest here. They want to see and touch the real estate. The ultra high net worth folks that I was talking to, I'm not speaking for everyone, they see investment opportunities in Phoenix and Dallas and Denver and Salt Lake City and San Diego and Florida, all over Florida. And they see those. So they don't want to look at stuff here because they can go and look at everything everywhere else. If you're not seeing opportunities everywhere, our opportunities look pretty good. If you're seeing opportunities everywhere, then everyone talks themselves out of Chicago. And so that's a long answer of saying I got a lot of no's, not because of my deals, but because of the city we're in. And then as we started to build our investor database, and most of my investors are in real estate. So most of the people that gave us money know what they're real estate people. They're not just blind investors who kind of got to know us. I thought that meant a lot to the other guys that were coming in and that our investor base was real estate people and they believed in our thesis and our projects. But it is an awful time for Chicago. I mean, institutional investment is almost, it's just not happening right now. Few and far between. A deal just to get capitalized in the West Loop for a new high rise. There's a couple high rises in Fulton that are going to get going, but there's not a whole lot else happening here.